Chair, Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President. I should have started with Mr. President. It's my first mistake, I suppose, but sure, look, we'll make enough of them, but we'll acknowledge them and move on. It's a great honour for me to stand here before you this evening, to be the new Deputy President of IFA. I go back a few months and I wouldn't have seen myself here. I can go back 3 or 4 years, I wouldn't have seen myself here. The way things turned out, I believe passionately in IFA. It's absolutely critical to my business as a farmer and to my family's business, to James, who's farming with me at home, and to Helen and to all our family. IFA is critical to our survival. And when we had all the bad news, I suppose we can call it now at this stage, last November, I felt that there was something, I just felt I lost something. I felt a bit vulnerable. I just felt that, look, if I had problems and I had nobody to speak for me, I wouldn't, and if IFA wasn't there, I would have nobody to speak for me. And I thought long and hard, and I said, look, it's all very fine to ask somebody else to go and do the job. And I said, look, put up your hand and see where it takes you. And it has brought me to here. And I know that the job is only starting, is only beginning. And I know my role as Deputy President is to support the new President, Joe. And that's what I will do. I also know from what, we had a long campaign, it's been referred to by both Pat and Nigel. We had a long hustings. It was tough in our farm anyway, where it was extremely busy as a dairy farm. But it's necessary. It's necessary to get out, to meet the people, to meet other farmers, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It was real tough, and maybe there were times in the middle of it when I'd have changed it. But having gone through it, and I have gone through campaigns in the past, it is worthwhile. It's a great thing that we have in IFA, where we go to the members and we have to earn our vote, and that is something we want to continue. And I know today there's Joe and myself are two people who have come out at the right end of this election, and we are obviously delighted, both of us. I can speak for Joe, I know that myself. But I also think of the candidates that haven't made it today. I was one of them in 2009. I know what it's like, and it takes a bit to get over it. But there is no such thing as a beaten candidate. The people that stood for election, John O'Brien, Henry, Flor, Nigel and Pat, they're tremendous. It can't be considered beaten candidates. They are people that this organisation owes a great debt of gratitude for.
Hear, 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 hear.
To each one of them, and to their families, particularly their families, and to all the people that supported them. I think we have to, I would congratulate them. I thank them for what they've done for the association. I think the IFA is a family. We're all family at the end of the day. But for the candidates' families, and they'll go back now, and it is a tough time, because I know it myself. I went through it in 2009. But I never considered myself a failure. I thought I did something for the association. I stood up, put my name in the ballot paper, and each of those gentlemen did it this time. And look, no one knows, like myself, the way the wheel can turn. So I pay serious tribute to all them and to their families. And I seriously, I can empathise with them today. I want to say as well, I speak about their families, I want to talk about my own family. And without Helen and all the family, and I have a grandchild here as well. Yeah. And I have 3 sisters here. And to our extended family and all our friends from Ballybrown, and I was told to mention Ballybrown because we have a good hurling team in Ballybrown, and I was told to mention Ballybrown from the Clarina IFA branch and from all the branches throughout the county that have helped me. This campaign, and I know the lads will know that as well, you don't run this campaign on your own. You need goodwill, you need people helping you, and they do it on a voluntary basis, and they do it because of IFA and because of the value they put on in IFA. And it is, I thank you all, every one of you. And I have special thanks for Helen. Here. I'm not, and there are a lot of people I could individually thank, but I have to, as one man, I have to thank, and he was, and that's Mike O'Flynn. Mike was my manager the last time, and he didn't make such a good job of it. But this time, he said, I'll get you elected, Kennedy, he said. And fair play to you, Mike, you did that. So look, I'm not going to hold you up all the evening. All I can say is I'm deeply honoured. I'll give it my best shot. I know that a lot of people have said to me, like, you have a lot of work in front of you. But until I got elected, I hadn't it in front of me. I have it in front of me now, and I know that there are one of the great things about this campaign right through was the number of people that turned out to the head-to-heads right across the board. And I was wondering about that in the beginning. I didn't think there would be such good crowds. And there were. So people are interested, and they want IFA, the one thing, and people would say that. So we have a good team, we have a new team, so we'll get to work, and I'm sure the boss will have us. I don't know how long I haven't spoken to him yet, but I'm sure that he'll keep us going. And all I can assure you is my best efforts to enhance IFA and to make IFA the organisation that it has to be to protect the livelihoods of Irish farmers. Thank you very much.